this is where my heart, like this is that thing that gives me joy, and going all out to do it. I tell you, no right thinking person sees a disabled athlete, somebody who has a passion for something, and will not give the person a chance, even with all the lack of merit in the system and the systemic challenge that we have been dealt with. I think feel that the first off is to see that, okay, we have these athletes. Okay, we have those who are enthusiastic, who have passion for a particular sport, so they come together, and then that selection process comes in. This from that selection process now, maybe via the state level and all that, then they will now the coaches start spotting out the different this one and this one. So determination is that drive, that internal drive that leads them to success. So I think that same thing with Ebolaji. It was not an easy one, but then if you hear her story, you know that truly it's not an easy, especially at the level that she has gotten so far. That tells you how ghosty, how dogged she's been internally.
How ghosty and how dogged she's been internally. Meanwhile, growing up in Nigeria, Eniola faced numerous obstacles, including limited access to training facilities and equipment. However, she persevered and continued to work hard, honing her skills and developing her techniques. Her dedication and natural ability eventually earned her a spot on the Nigerian national para-badminton team out there. Otto Lugard, limited and poor training facilities was another major obstacle that stood before Eniola Bolaji, while also trying to hone her skill and also develop her talent. What do you make of the poor infrastructural sporting facilities that we have across the nation?
Well, first of all, you should understand that it's not even all about the sports force that we have poor facility. If you go to most buildings in Nigeria, there's no provision made for the disabled. There's no provision made for them, and they find it very difficult to access most of these buildings. So for people who have chosen to go into sports in Nigeria, most especially the disabled people, it becomes a very difficult situation. And for them to actually harness and come up with possibly and develop their talent to what they need, it takes an extra mile and extra work, and that is what she has demonstrated. You need to be determined, you need to focus, you need to understand that, I am not given the right facility to train on, but I can surgeon, I can actually make this thing happen, I can overcome these challenges and make it happen. And that is what Eniola has done, and I really commend her, because it's not an easy something. If you go to River State Sports Center at I think that should be at Moscow Road, you discover that the facilities are even lacking. There is no upgrade in it. This is something that was provided years ago, and it has not been upgraded. It's actually looking old, and these athletes come in, try as much as possible to make do of what is available, and most especially those that are disabled, it now becomes a difficult issue for them. First of all, assessing training facility. Secondly, being accepted in the society. And thirdly, actually having a conducive environment to participate with other persons. We look at those people disabled, most especially in this part of the world, are people who have nothing to offer. But look inward, they have something to offer. I have a friend who happens to be disabled. He read one of these medical courses, and he's doing very well. If the parents had said, no, sending you to school is a waste of resources, he wouldn't have found his fate today. He wouldn't have been those making decisions in Nigeria, because it's well known. He travels around the world, and he comes back with a very good decision making. He has been noted for his works, academic prowess, and the rest of them. So for Eniola, I want to really commend her effort, because it's not an easy stuff for us to see the training facility. Even the able-bodied are not been able to see complete training facility. Talk more of disabled. I think the Nigerian system should improve on it, make sure that our facilities are improved, make sure that we have a conducive environment to accommodate both the disabled and the able-bodied, for them to have an adequate preparation for competition and also harness their talent.
Meanwhile, Eniola Bolaji's family has been a significant source of support throughout her career. Her parents, in particular, have been instrumental in encouraging her to pursue her dreams despite the challenges she faced. Their unwavering support and guidance have helped Eniola Bolaji to stay focused and motivated, both on and off the court in this very one. Tempo, invariably, her parents played, major role in helping her achieve her dream.
And that's it. I mean, if you look at, if you compare and contrast, how some of these disabled athletes, thrive in other climes, you always notice something very similar, that their immediate family show enormous support to them. Because when that support is not there, and that's between those that have made it, it takes extraordinary athletes who get little or no support from the family, to get to this level. It takes extraordinary athletes. You see that she's spotted in school, or she's spotted. It's difficult. So your family first of all must believe in your dream. Your family first of all must not discard you. The moment the family, the nuclear family, shows support to an athlete, it is that support is that motivating factor that differentiates the one begging, under the bridges and flyovers on highways to the ones in, sports as gymnasium and other sporting facilities. That's the difference. So I think that the support is always massive. And for Eniola Bolaji, if you know what it means to be a para athlete or a para badminton player, you know that it is something that go to our schools. I want to talk about something very, very, very unique, and that's the fact that if you go to our school, until recently, we don't even have. I mean, at the time when I was in secondary school, we don't have schools that have facilities. I stand to be corrected. We don't have enormous. The only thing you get to see is a training pitch. That's the highest. And there are a few schools, that do have that had things like badminton, volleyball, and you don't even see. There's nothing for para athletes.
Just for the schools then that were owned by seminaries. Seminary school. That's where you get to see some of these sporting facilities then. And
I mean, because they will tell you we've not been able to provide for the everybody athletes, they were providing for this. So if you now go to except unique schools that are meant for for para athletes, so I think that but that exposure and the narrative is gradually changing. Now people now believe that okay.
Look at the history of Nigeria. We have more medals won by para athletes. Why? Because some of them have taken it as a personal challenge to say, since the society will not recognize me, this is the only way I can make my name, and the narrative. And some of them are making, writing a name in the sands of time. And I think that, like Bolaji, she's just one of those who have done that. So I think that the nuclear support matters so much. Just like we have it in other clients, and you have to buy. That means you have to start buying rackets, buy all the things that they shuttle, buy everything that ensure that she's prepared for this particular one. So I think that for Nigeria, that people don't value sports too much. How many families value sports? Until recently now, because of what they've seen them turn down. And people have been okay. We cannot discard. So I mean, there are stories of families who abandoned.
But I've seen a family where one of the disabled athletes, that one was constantly locked in the house. So if there was no Eniola Bolaji, today will not be here talking about that. So I think that support truly, goes a long way to bringing the strength and the talent, exhibited or inherent in the life of athletes like Eniola Bolaji.
Of course, parental support is key to supporting some of these, para athletes. Not just para athletes, but in other sporting, events. Parental support is key to helping them hone and develop their skills. But still talking about parental support here, Otto Lugard, which words do you have for parents out there who wouldn't want their children to delve into other sports outside of football? Because football is more like a huge money-making venture. So these days, the parents, they encourage their kids go and play football. Because weekly, of course, you know how much some of these professional players earn over there. But contrary to what we used to see in the past, that whenever your parents send you for an errand or wherever you need to play for, they will now beat you to the extent that you will not recognize. But these days, parents even encourage their kids to go play football because of the amount of money. So generally, what would you say to parents out there who are watching and hearing the story of Eniola Bolaji in case their kids want to take part in any other sport?
I think there's no sports activities right now that is less expensive. There is none. The payments are huge. It's just all about dedication. Allow your children to participate in any sporting activity they find interesting. I see. For me, I feel in this part of the world, we always concentrate on a particular thing. That is why you see when a woman establishes mama put in front of this office, everybody run down because she's making sales. They feel that is the only business that give you sales. But in any sporting activities, as far as you have developed and harnessed that talent, make it your usual routine, it automatically takes you to that place you want to be. What about Usain Bolt? Usain Bolt, was he a footballer? He came out trying to play football. He couldn't succeed. Why? Because he was noted for something else. What about Anthony Joshua? He's a practical example of in Nigeria, Britain. What is he doing? Boxing. Boxing brought him to limelight. So you shouldn't limit your child to football alone. If your child finds interest in badminton like Eniola Bolaji, you allow the child to go. If your child, what about Aruna Kodre? He's playing table tennis. Don't you know him? He's in German league. I don't know if he's still there. He's been paid week in, week out. Any sports you find interesting, you develop it, harness it, and become a unique player in it. So for me, I don't think parents should limit their children or their world just to football. Football is just one part of sports. Okay, what about basketball? Are basketballers not earning enough in US, Canada, and the rest of them Australia? These things are also part of the sporting activities. Back then when I was overseas, there's this particular parents, I don't know if their child has developed into an Olympic star or what. But while we are there is this swimming pool, Olympic standard. The parents bring this child, and this child was less than 5. They will place her on timing, throw her inside the swimming pool, make sure that she covers that swimming pool within that specific time. In Nigeria here, can a mother and a father, their only child, bring that child to the swimming pool? They can't. Talent is all about nurturing it from that early stage. Once you nurture that talent from that early stage, it gives that child that belief that, since my parents are here, since my parents are supporting me, I can do this thing. It's just like in music. Watch what Burna Boy is doing. Burna Boy is succeeding because the mother is always with him. The mother, even when he's singing whatever he's singing, the mother is dancing to it. And when he turns back, he says, if my mother can dance to this music, everybody can dance to the music. So in essence, I want parents to allow their children to participate in any sporting activity they find.
All right, so parents should allow their kids take part in any sporting activity that they derive pleasure in doing, not just football. Of course, basketball, long tennis, taekwondo, name it. We have different categories of sport, and everybody must not play football. We know that football, of course, is the king of sport, but then there are other sports that is also money-making ventures. The Roger Federer you are hearing, Novak Djokovic, Yannick Sinner, Haruna Quadri, just name them. So whenever your kids want to take part in any sporting activity, do not restrict that kid. Allow him or her express her talent or his talent, and just give her the support. Meanwhile, let's delve into the professional career of Eniola Bolaji, because Eniola Bolaji is a Nigerian para badminton player. She's ranked 3rd in the world in the SL3 category by the Para World Badminton Federation. She competed at the 2024 Summer Paralympics, where she won bronze medal in the women's singles SL3 event. All right, Tempo ranked 3rd, not just in Africa, not just in Nigeria, but in the world. This is another road to stardom, isn't it?
Yeah, it's another road to stardom, and that was even confirmed even before she went for the Paralympic last year here at France, and saw that clearly. So if you look at what has happened so far, in her category. You know, the ranking is done by category. So ranking third tells how far she can go. We still have a lot of guys that have done so well too in that area. Usually, when we talk about the game of badminton, the Asians are best known for they're good. They're good, and so you always expect that they will always hold that particular one. And if you look at what she's been able to achieve in recent time, you just know that okay, it takes a whole lot. It takes a determination for you to be at that level that you want to be. And for me, one thing that matters so much is getting to see, you know, and a lot of expectations. The syndrome of being a lady too also comes in naturally. But then she has defied all odds. You know, Opeyori, who is a male athlete, as good as he is here to win a medal at the Olympics, and that tells you how good. And so I think that she over time, every tournament that's in Africa, she's the queen of para badminton. Every time she goes to, you know that she as good as the North Africans are in the game, she has always surmounted, and she always comes top. So I think that she has written her name in a level that is very difficult to reach challenge, and because she goes to tournaments and she gets to the later stage of the tournament, builds her ranking over time, and the coefficient you are seeing, rank third, is just a way of saying that okay, this is what you have done over the years, and it will take her time to drop. She's no longer winning, you know, a medal. So I agree that she deserves such ranking.
She deserves such ranking. Meanwhile, she is the first African to win medal in this at the either Olympic or Paralympic event, winning bronze in the women's SL3 single at the Games in Paris. Her win marked Nigeria's first medal at the Paris Paralympic game in 2024. Otto Lugard, you, of course, I know you are aware of how the able-bodied Nigerian contingent went out there in Paris, and I won't say disgrace us, but then had a very woeful and a very dismal outing. You know, there was this palpable fear that the Paralympics were going to tow the same trajectory, but of course, Eniola Bolaji rose up to the occasion to, you know, front the charge of Team Nigerian Paralympic, you know, towards bringing back the medals that they won in the last Olympic Games. So, what was your feeling when she first won the first medal for Team Nigeria?
I was overexcited. Most especially, when I saw her victory, I go through her profile. I was even shocked that she was the sports personality of today. You know, I got through her profile and I understood that this is a girl or a woman. How would I put it? A girl that have dedicated her life, and her parents has been of great help. You know, you see, the able-bodied Olympians, for me, from Nigeria, I think they've been able, if possible, I always say that they should scrap them from going to Olympic. Because they've not been able to, since Mary Aju and the rest of them, we've not had it good in Olympic. It's as if we go there to just become, let's complete the number. But for these Olympians, they've been able to give us what we want. If you watch in the past, Nigeria Paralympians has been able to deliver medals upon medals. And Eniola Bolaji is someone who has been able to surmount and come up with victory in badminton. You know, as Temple rightly said, the Asians are noted for it. It's as if it's a birthright. And if you watch very well, they said the first African to have one medal in it, either in the Paralympic or the Olympic. That shows that she has dedicated her life in badminton, and she has been able to curtail the fireworks from the Northerners. And you know, the Northerners have facilities upon facilities to train on. As you rightly said, the facility to train on in Nigeria, that is why I'm calling on the Sports Council to look into it seriously. We should be able to have this reorientation of providing sports facilities for people who are ready to represent, participate in any choosing career, most especially in sporting activities. I was passing through a place yesterday, that should be at that radio estate. I saw a school that their students were putting on coverall, and I felt maybe it was just a technical school, or possibly where they are being taught all that thing, apart from that they are not school or this thing. I was, to my amazement, I was told that that is school from primary 1 to primary 6, and they have secondary school as well. That they're being taught some basic skills and also some class work. And I was like, what is being replicated outside the world is being brought down to our nation today. And a friend of mine said, oh, that he's going to pull out his son from the former school. That everybody needs skill in Nigeria, most especially now. True. So I want to tell you that Eniola Bolaji has done well. Winning medal in badminton is something that all Nigeria Badminton Federation ought to celebrate. That Nigeria Badminton, the president should honor her.
All right, of course, he said that the president should honor her. You know, enough of the presidential handshake. Of course, presidential handshake doesn't put food to anyone's table, because whenever they go out there to represent the country, you know, fight gallantly to ensure that they put us in the world map. Of course, when they come back, we are expected to honor them. Not just a presidential handshake, but some sort of financial reward as well, in order to encourage them. Meanwhile, Eniola Bolaji also won gold medal in the women's SL3 category of the Para Badminton International 2025, defeating Sweden's Helevi Salomonso 2-0 in the final. These achievements are a testament to her hard work and dedication to the sport tempo. So the achievement is courtesy of hard work and dedication. So hard work truly pays, isn't it?
No, hard work pays. I mean, nobody will know you if you're not hardworking. And so regardless of your talent, a lot of talent has been buried down there because hard work was not treated to bring them to limelight. And so I think that the difference between the talents that we all have and those who nurtured and those who are celebrated today is the hard work that you know, that the extra thing that they do to make them extraordinary, and that's just it. So motivational speakers always tell you that it takes you to discover talent, and then it takes somebody who is hardworking, you know, to go far in life. So truly, I agree that hard work has really brought her far, and today she's celebrated. I also talked about the government to do more. I think the government are also doing more. Recently, the government now knows that they need to do more in terms of you know, engaging them. Yes, if you look at the amount of money spent on them is not okay as compared to what they should, but after they won, after what we saw at the Paris, some of them are smiling, some of them are happy, some of them are living well. You know, some of them that their state now knows them very well. I can tell you for sure that some of them were really celebrated during the Yuletide period because of what they've done. And it goes down to hard work, personal effort, and persistence.
All this boils down to personal effort and persistence. Of course, dedication and passion is another driving force that have actually taken Eniola Bolaji to the stardom, to the reason why we are also celebrating her achievements, you know, so far today. But at this point, we'll take a quick break. When we are back, we'll continue to roll out the history and the life, the achievement and career of Eniola Bolaji. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be back in a jiffy. All right, welcome back from that short break. We are still trying to dissect and break in pieces the life, the early achievements, and the progress of Eniola Bolaji, who is a badminton player doing the nation proud, you know, right here, not just in Africa, but in the global stage as well. Eniola Bolaji has participated in 10 international championships, you know, over the past 2 years, and she's one of all of them, which is a remarkable achievement. This streak has cemented her position as one of the world top para badminton athletes, and her dominance in the sport is truly inspiring. With her recent gold medal win at the Egypt Para Badminton International in 2025, I'm bringing.
But oh, let's go into it and see what you can do. Let's go into it and see what you can do. You see, Eniola Bolaji has demonstrated that it takes determination, perseverance, endurance to get to a particular spot in life. She has gotten to that pinnacle and she has not let go to say, oh, let me now relax and see what I can do. People will take over from you. She has been consistent. That shows that, oh, even her trainers, her teachers, her mothers, her relation are doing their work. They are actually inspiring her. They are letting her to understand that this is what has brought you fame, and this is what will continue to sustain you. So I want to really commend her. 10 international competition, 1/10 of them, my brother. That is one achievement that even the able athletes find very difficult to achieve. You see, Ronaldo is not extremely talented when he started football. But Ronaldo today is being celebrated because he has been able to demonstrate high level of determination. So I think Eniola Bolaji should continue and shouldn't look back.
And today, Eniola Bolaji is an inspiration to many, not just in Nigeria, but around the globe. Her remarkable story is a testament to the power of determination, hard work, and perseverance despite the obstacles. Which advice do you have to underpin the achievements of Eniola Bolaji?
Yeah, I think everybody should. I mean, for those who find themselves in such, you know, challenge, you are the one that created yourself. So when you see yourself in that level or at that level, you look at all hopes are gone. Some people, even some families, when they give birth to a child, and the child becomes disabled along the line, or they are good and somehow things happen and they are disabled, you know, it can be very, very frustrating. It's easier said than when it's practical. But I think that they shouldn't give up hope at all, because I've seen a lot of them who are determined and they've gotten themselves, you know, to this level. Some of them, someone told one of them who won a para silver medal at the last Olympic game, told me categorically that she shook hands with the president, and if she was everybody that she's not sure that would have been achieved, you know. So I think that do not give up hope. When they say do not give up hope, it looks as if it's just a mere word. Do not give up hope.
Do not give up hope. Meanwhile, Eniola Bolaji relationship status is publicly publicly disclosed, rather, and there isn't any information available about her being married or in a relationship. Also, look at this seems to be the reason why she's focusing. She's not bothered about